something occurred recently. And let me, and I'm talking here about this matter involving Jardine. You know, Kirk Jardine, we know him as Chao, a well-known and popular comedian. He is very popular, perhaps not as popular as some of the other comedians who play in politics, but he's very popular. Now, I saw something which really, really make my blood boil. Chao is accused of assaulting his daughter. That was last Friday. He's accused of assaulting his daughter. Chao was arrested and placed in custody at Rhineville Police Station. Listen to me carefully, for assaulting his daughter. Chao was made to spend 72 hours in custody for a case of assault. My understanding based on the release is during the time he was there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, onto Monday when he went to court, he had a medical condition which forced the police to take him to the Diamond Diagnostic Center. Some medical condition. He was taken back to Rhineville Police Station and kept in custody. And let me say this, I should have prefaced it by saying, I all know brief for Chao. And if you are committing an offense, you should be made to answer for it. Whether it's assault, whether it's rape, whether it's burglary, whatever the offense is. But I'm saying this and emphasizing that this is an allegation of assault, what we used to call common assault, right? Now, he is taken to court on Monday, 2 days ago. The man is handcuffed and shackled to go to court for a common assault charge. When he gets to court, the prosecutor is applying for bail to be refused because according to the prosecutor, the prevalence of common assault. Well, common assault is very prevalent indeed. The magistrate granted him $50,000 bail, and the man, well, some other restrictions were placed on him and so on. But I want to emphasize, this is a common assault. Why is a man who is accused of common assault kept in custody for 72 hours before he is taken to, well, over the weekend, you can't take him to court on Saturday or Sunday, but a common assault charge, a man should never be kept there. He should be released on bail. And if you think you're going to keep him, the fact that he had a medical condition and had to be taken to the doctor, that should have been enough motivation for the police to release him on bail. Because I know, as a standard practice, once a person takes ill at the lockups, you don't want to keep them any longer because you don't want the crook on you while you're there. You know a lot of people are going to feign illness because they don't want to be in the lockup. But once you take them to the doctor and the doctor confirms that this person is indeed ill, the thing to do, the policing thing to do is to put the person on bail. Because if they are admitted to the hospital, you have to provide guard for them. You don't want that. So once it's, and then again, I'm saying this is a common assault charge. And for the benefit of those persons who are listening, you know, common assault is not even considered a crime. It is not a crime. So when you're committed for common assault, it is not recorded as a crime. If you're charged for assault causing actual bodily harm, as we say, assault CABH, that is recorded as a crime. And that is determined by the medical certificate that would have been issued by the medical, the doctor or the person. So here you have a case, a man accused of common assault, denied bail, kept in custody for 72 hours. And I saw a live, he was very complimentary to the way the police treated him. But then he said the conditions there were atrocious. And I suspect some of those same mosquitoes that were at State House must be washing out with bite and so on over the night. And then this man, look, this thing is so ridiculous. A man who is taken to court for common assault is handcuffed and shackled. I want you to understand what is going on in this two-tier justice system that we have in Guyana. Common assault, he's handcuffed and he's shackled and taken to court. And then the prosecutor, whoever he or she was, is applying to the court to deny bail to a man charged with common assault. I want you to soak that in, students. I want you to understand what is going on in this place. And in the meanwhile, you had serious allegation made against a minister in the name of Nigel Dharamlal, of grooming, raping, and forgive me, I got to use the correct term. I know some of you might be uncomfortable with the word buggery, but that is the charge. So he's accused of grooming, raping, and buggering a 16-year-old indigenous girl. And no handcuff on him. He didn't spend an hour in the lockups any place. He didn't even have to face a court because the DPP intervened and did some legal gymnastics, and he walked free. And here is a man charged with common assault, 72 hours in custody, placed handcuffed and shackled to be taken to court, and then the prosecutor is making an application for bail to be refused. So you want to tell me this is a real place? You want to tell me that the rule of law operates in Guyana? The rule of law states that each and every citizen should be treated equally. You want to tell me that is equal treatment? I recall Takumo Gonse, handcuffed and shackled and taken to court. So some people are dealt with in that manner, and others are allowed to walk free. Others are allowed to walk free. But this thing was so upsetting. So I thought it important to come and mention it here this morning. And I've said, I all know brief for Chao Pao. If Chao Pao did assault, he has denied it, he plead not guilty, he will have his day. And again, we have to always remind you of the presumption of innocence. A person is presumed innocent until he or she is proven guilty by a competent court of law. So as it is now, Chao Pao is not guilty of any offense. And again, I say to you, take out your note, make a note. The fact that he's charged with common assault, even if he is convicted, common assault is not considered a crime. You don't have a record for common assault. You don't have a record for common assault, right? We have Rickford, Section 21 of the Summary Jurisdiction Act, right? And then when you got to 30A and 30B, then they talk about assault, CABH and all that. Yes, old detective making the point, right? So obviously, this man, they're in the bad books. This Chao Pao fella, obviously, they're in the bad books. Maybe he made joke or somebody. Maybe he saw that Halloween uniform and he may have commented on it. Maybe, I don't know. But it is clear that based on the treatment he got, that he's not in the good books of certain people. And let me tell you further. Common assault under Section 21, as Rick Ford pointed out. Now, I'm not Rick Ford Bork. This is a Rick Ford, Terence Conway, that Bork. Somebody earlier, Rick Ford, don't think it's Bork making comment. But bail and all of those things are dealt with at the station by the corporal or the sergeant who in charge. Common assault. Somebody tell the person go on the allegation of common assault is made and so on. Is the corporal in charge of the station at the time, or the sergeant, some subordinate officer in charge of the station? It is obvious to me that in this case, senior people got involved and said, keep him there. He does talk enough, he does make joke off of we and so on. Keep him right there. And he was kept there for 72 hours. So you understand what we are talking about. Let me bring in CC for him to obviously, as an old commander, old station sergeant and all that. CC, let me hear how you would have handled a matter like this.
Uh, First, I will have to go to the law, and I like deal with the law. And I have the Bail Act 2022 before me. Section 41 says, where a person is taken into custody for an offense without a warrant, a police officer, if it will not be practicable to bring the person before a magistrate within 24 hours after the person is taken into custody, shall inquire into the case and A. If the offense is not one punishable with imprisonment, shall grant the person bail with every convenient speed. And B. If the offense is one punishable with imprisonment, may, unless the offense is a serious offense, grant the person bail as soon as practicable. Now, I used to lecture on bail, and there are some questions you ask, some things you points that you consider before granting bail. And we're in a teaching mood. Gravity and nature of the offense, weight of evidence, possibility of absconding, you ask, Will the prisoner attend court? Will he report to police a police station as directed? Will the granting of bail defeat the end of justice? Status of accused, and then you guided by the Constitution and your conscience. Article 139 4 of the Article 139 4 of the Constitution states that it spells out when you must grant bail, and it's saying if within 72 hours. I think you mentioned that you feel that you should keep the person to an aid investigation. You have to apply to the court, the High Court, to grant it an extension. And there is it, a simple assault, and a man is held for 72 hours. Eh? And according to the police stats, assault is not one of the list of serious crime. It's a minor offense. It's not one of the serious crime. And here's a man in there for 72 hours. Well, maybe because he's a comedian, they had old sort of nonsense playing out there. I really don't understand that it is ridiculous, the action of the police there, where you have a man there for 72 hours for a simple assault. Send him on bail. If you have evidence to charge him, send him on bail. And here we had Damlal, serious allegation of rape, buggery, and he didn't spend an hour at Breakdown police station, and they tried to cover it up and say that he was on $1 million bail when he didn't lodge a cent. Not a cent was lodged. The only point that he on $1 million, he didn't lodge a cent. A serious offense, rape, buggery, and sent on bail. Not even 1 hour in the police station. And there's it. Chao Pao, I will brief for him, have to take a 72 hours. Ridiculous. And according to the Constitution, if your rights has been violated in terms of the bail, you can go to the court and get compensation. And I hope that Chao Pao would really, go to the court and get compensation for the unjust, for him being held unjustly in the lockups. Man, total nonsense, Paul.
Total